After her brother's mysterious accident, a brilliant but underestimated corporate lawyer must sue her own father for control of their family's tech empire, uncovering a devastating betrayal and fighting for her legacy in a high-stakes legal battle. The official report says my brother's accident was a tragic hit and run. The official report is a lie. Liam didn't just leave behind a coma and a shattered company. He left behind a ghost, a secret legal clause hidden in the corporate charter that named me as his successor. The same night he filed it, someone tried to erase him permanently. Now my own father sits in my brother's chair, and the man who paid off the security guard works for him. They think I'm just the grieving sister too weak to fight. They think I'll sign the papers and go away. They forgot one thing. I'm a Vance. And I have the evidence. This isn't a lawsuit. It's an execution of justice. By the time I'm done in that courtroom, the only thing my father will have left is the memory of the son he tried to destroy. Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy right here. And today, we're about to go absolutely insane. Listen up, because this story is wild. Straight fire, no cap. I've got something epic lined up for you, the kind of thing that'll have you glued to your screen from second one. This episode, it's gonna be next-level thrilling, full of twists, heart-pounding moments, and stuff you won't believe actually happened. So smash that like button right now if you're ready to witness pure chaos. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss these crazy drops. And whatever you do, do not click off. Stay locked in till the very end, because trust me, the payoff is massive. You ready? Let's go. The office is vast, with a stunning cityscape visible through the windows. Liam Vance sits behind his desk looking exhausted but resolute. He's on a video call, his voice low and intense. Liam, into the computer. No, Harold, I don't care what the original articles say. I'm the CEO. We are spinning off the Green Tech Division into an independent foundation. My father's objection is noted. It's not his decision anymore. He ends the call. He pulls up a legal document on his screen titled Amendment to Voting Trust, the Vanguard Initiative. He reads it over, a small, determined smile on his face. He saves the file to a USB drive. There's a soft knock. Izzie enters, holding 2 takeout coffee cups. Izzie, you said you were pulling another all-nighter. Thought you could use a nightcap of a different kind. Liam looks up, his face softening. He quickly pockets the USB drive. Liam, Izzie, my favorite consigliere. You're working late, too. Izzie, just reviewing the patent filings for the new battery tech. Boring, but necessary. What are you working on that's got you looking like the cat that ate the canary? Liam laughs, a little too quickly. Just future-proofing, making sure Dad's legacy evolves, even if he doesn't want it to. He stands up and gives her a warm hug. Liam, tempted? Thanks for the coffee. Get home safe, okay? It's late. Izzie smiles, squeezes his arm, and leaves. Alone again, Liam picks up his phone. He looks at a text from a contact named Marcus. Ready when you are. The board is nervous. Liam types a reply. It's done. The papers are ready. See you at 8 a.m. INT. Vance Industries. Parking garage. Morning. The garage is quiet and dimly lit. Liam's car is parked in his reserved spot. He approaches it, briefcase in hand, looking at his watch. It's 7:45 a.m. As he reaches for the door handle, a car speeds around the corner, its headlights blinding. Liam freezes, shielding his eyes. The car doesn't stop. It swerves directly toward him. There's a sickening thud and the screech of tires. The car speeds away. Liam's briefcase skitters across the concrete, popping open. Papers fly everywhere, including the USB drive, which rolls to a stop in a small puddle of oil. Weeks later. Izzie sits in a hard plastic chair, pale and hollow-eyed. Arthur Vance stands by the window, his back to her, his posture rigid. Izzie? The doctor said the swelling is going down. That's good, right? That's progress. Arthur, without turning. Progress is relative. He's in a coma, Isabella. He can't do anything. Izzie flinches at his coldness. Izzie, he's your son. Arthur, he was my CEO. And now, because of his carelessness. The company is rudderless. The board is in a panic. The spin-off he was pushing, the one I explicitly forbade, it's all up in the air. Arthur finally turns. His face is a mask of controlled fury, not grief. Arthur, Cont to D. I'm stepping back in as interim CEO, and I'll need your office cleared out. My office. Arthur, you're being reassigned. You'll report directly to Harold now. We need you on the mundane stuff. Contracts, compliance. Leave the strategic vision to those with experience. He doesn't wait for a response, he walks out, leaving Izzie stunned. The betrayal is a physical blow. He's not just sidelining her, he's erasing her. Izzie is surrounded by boxes. Her life, packed away. Sloane, Liam's assistant, sits with her, holding a tablet. Sloane, Izzie, I know this is a terrible time, but Liam was acting weird before the accident. Really stressed, but also excited. He kept muttering about the Vanguard Clause. I did some digging in his personal cloud drive. She turns the tablet to Izzie. On it is a scanned copy of the Amendment to Voting Trust document. Sloane. Conned. I found this. It was saved the night of the accident. Izzie reads, her eyes widening. It's a legal amendment written by Liam that would have transferred controlling interest of the family's voting shares to a trust. The trust's sole beneficiary, after a generous provision for their father, was listed as Isabella Vance. S-I-S-Z-I. Whispering. He was giving me the company. He was protecting it from Dad. Sloane. It gets worse. The police ruled it a hit and run, no suspects. But I talked to the garage security guard. He said the footage from that morning was corrupted. He was paid off, Izzie. I'm sure of it. Izzie's grief hardens into cold, sharp resolve. The accident wasn't an accident. Her brother was trying to save the company from their father, and their father found out. Izzie's apartment. A few days later. Izzie is on the phone, pacing. Izzie, and that's why I need you, detective. Not for a criminal investigation, not yet, but for the civil case, to find the truth behind the paper trail. Detective Marco Ramirez sits on her couch, listening. He's in jeans and a jacket, off-duty. Marco. So you want me to find a connection between a corporate legal document and a man who paid off a security guard to destroy evidence? That's a big leap, Miss Vance. Izzie. It's Izzie, and I know it's a leap. But look at the timeline. Liam files the amendment. 12 hours later, he's run down. The next day, my father seizes control and buries me in a compliance dungeon. It's not a leap, it's a pattern. Marco? And what's your play here? You can't arrest your father. Izzie. No, but I can sue him. In civil court. For breach of fiduciary duty, for attempting to undermine a legal and binding corporate directive. For conspiracy. Marco studies her. He sees the fire in her eyes. Marco, I'll take the job. But this isn't cheap. Izzie, I have my savings, and if we win, I'll have a lot more. Let's start with the garage security guard. Marco interviews a nervous-looking man, the security guard, in a diner. The man, clearly intimidated, hands over a bank statement showing a large cash deposit. Izzie, acting as her own lawyer, she is one after all, files a mountain of paperwork at the courthouse. Harold, in a fancy boardroom, scoffs as he shows the lawsuit to Arthur. Arthur's face is a mask of cold disdain. Izzie and Marco meet with Sloane, who gives them email showing Harold had requested all of Liam's recent digital activity be backed up to a separate private server the day after the accident. The courtroom is packed with reporters and curious onlookers. Judge Eliana Voss presides, her expression unreadable. Arthur and Harold sit at the defendant's table, exuding confidence. Izzie sits alone at the plaintiff's table, a single stack of files in front of her. Addressing the court, Your Honor, this is a frivolous and frankly a heartbreaking case of a grieving daughter lashing out at her father. The document my client's son created was a draft, a fantasy. It had no legal standing. Mr. Vance, as the founder and majority shareholder, is well within his rights to resume control of the company he built. Judge Voss. Ms. Vance, your response? Izzie stands. She's nervous, but her voice is clear and strong. Izzie, Your Honor? This case is not about a draft. It's about intent. It's about a son's dying wish to secure the future of the company he loved, and his father's illegal attempt to erase that wish. Harold scoffs loudly. Izzie, Count Ed, I will be calling my first witness, Mr. David Koenig. The security guard shuffles to the stand, looking terrified. Izzie, Count Koenig, you were the security supervisor on duty the morning of Liam Vance's accident. Isn't it true that you were paid to wipe the security footage from that morning? Koenig, quietly. Yes, a murmur goes through the courtroom. Harold, objection, Your Honor. This is a civil matter regarding a corporate document. A potential crime has no bearing. Judge Voss. Overruled. It has every bearing on motive and intent, Mr. Price. Continue, Ms. Vance. Izzie. And who paid you? Koenig looks nervously at Arthur, who stares straight ahead. Unflinching. Koenig. I don't know his name. A man in a suit. He gave me cash. $5,000. Izzie. Your Honor, I'd like to enter Exhibit D. A bank statement showing a cash withdrawal of $5,000 from an account controlled by Harold Price's law firm's petty cash fund. Made the morning of the accident. Harold's face goes pale. He whips his head to Arthur, who finally shows a flicker of emotion. Annoyance. Izzie. Con T.E. I'd also like to recall your attention to the original document in question, the amendment to the voting trust. You'll see it was drafted by my brother Liam and witnessed by his assistant Sloan Reyes. It clearly states his intention to restructure the trust, with the new controlling shares held for the benefit of the company's most senior legal mind, who best understands its technological future. That's me. HROD. It's a piece of paper with no corporate seal, no board approval. Izzie, because it was a preemptive action. He was trying to protect the company from a board he knew would be swayed by my father. The law protects the clear intent of a shareholder, Your Honor, especially when it is to prevent a conflict of interest. The questioning goes on for hours. Marco's investigation provides a paper trail linking the law firm's account to the payoff. Sloan testifies about Liam's fear of his father's reaction to his plans. Arthur, when called to the stand, is polished and defiant, but Izzie's relentless questioning exposes his motive. Control, not love for his son or his company. Closing arguments. Harold, this is a tragedy, Your Honor. A family tragedy. But you cannot rewrite corporate law based on a draft document and a daughter's grief. My client is the victim here. He lost a son. Izzie. Standing to give her closing checking. My father didn't lose a son, Your Honor. He tried to bury him. He tried to bury his legacy, his final act of love for this company, under a lie. He used his power, his money, and his lawyer to cover up what I believe was an act of corporate sabotage that led to my brother's condition. The Vanguard Clause wasn't just a legal maneuver. It was my brother's shield. And he died. He was silenced, trying to raise it. The only justice left is to let that shield stand, to let his final wish be the law of this company. She looks directly at Arthur, her eyes clear and unwavering. Izzie, Candide, you taught us that Vance Industries was about legacy, Dad. You were right. It is. But the legacy isn't you. It's Liam. And I'm here to honor it. The courtroom is silent. Judge Voss returns to the bench. She adjusts her glasses and looks at the parties. Judge Voss, after reviewing the evidence and testimony, this court finds that the document presented, while lacking in formal corporate procedure, represents a clear and compelling articulation of the de facto CEO's intent. The subsequent actions taken by the defendant to consolidate power, including the apparent destruction of evidence and the plaintiff's demotion, point to a concerted effort to undermine that intent. Harold's shoulders slump. Judge Voss, content. This court hereby orders the immediate enforcement of the Vanguard Initiative. As laid out in the amendment, control of the Vance Industries Voting Trust is transferred to Isabella Vance as the named beneficiary. Further, a full criminal investigation into the events surrounding Liam Vance's accident is to be reopened by the district attorney's office, with all evidence from this civil case to be made available. She bangs her gavel. The courtroom erupts. Arthur stares at Izzie, his face a mixture of fury and disbelief. Izzie holds his gaze, not with triumph, but with a quiet, profound sadness. She won, but the cost was everything. Sunlight streams into the quiet room. Izzie sits in a chair next to Liam's bed, holding his hand. Monitors beep softly. Izzie, softly. Hey, it's me. I did it. I got the company. Or, well, you got it for me. The Vanguard Clause. It worked. Dad, he's not in charge anymore. There's going to be an investigation. Izzie, Conditide, your green tech spin-off? It's the first thing on the agenda. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it your legacy. She leans over and rests her head on the bed next to his arm. She closes her eyes. After a moment, Liam's fingers, the ones she's holding, twitch. Just once, a tiny, barely perceptible movement. Izzie's eyes fly open. She stares at his hand. Then, slowly, a tear rolls down her cheek, followed by a smile, the first real, unburdened smile she's had since the accident. The fight is over. The healing can begin.